Hi, I'm Dave Rogers. I'm a policy advisor with the Northeast Organic Farming Association of Vermont. On May 8th, Governor Shumlin passed or signed the first law in the nation that would require the labeling of genetically modified foods. It's a victory that has garnered national and international attention. And it's something that was the culmination of over 2 years of work on the part of thousands of Vermonters and a coalition of organizations working continuously in the legislature and in communities across Vermont. The coalition, the Vermont Right to Know Coalition, is made up of NOFA Vermont, Rural Vermont, VPIRG, and Cedar Circle Farm. We had a lot of support over the period we worked to get this bill passed from Vermont Businesses for Social Responsibility, Ben & Jerry's, many other organizations, food manufacturers, farmers. It was really a historic achievement. States have been trying to pass labeling legislation for decades now, and we were able to get this bill passed in a way that would not require the implementation of the law to wait on the actions of other states to also pass similar laws. So this is what is called a clean bill. It does not have a trigger. That is, it does not, like in Connecticut and Maine last year, they passed GMO labeling bills, but they will not go into effect until a number of other states pass it first. We're not waiting. We're moving ahead on our own. This bill would, as I say, require the labeling of foods that contain genetically engineered substances and have been produced with genetic engineering. There is a delayed implementation of the law. July 2016 is when it is that the labels will be required. The law also prohibits any foods from being labeled as natural if they contain any GMOs. And so it is a strong bill. We worked very closely with the Vermont Law School, the Environmental and Natural Resources Clinic at the Vermont Law School. It is a bill that was passed by large majorities in both the House and the Senate. We look forward now to the next step, which is the Attorney General taking this law that was passed and writing rules that will guide the implementation of the law. That is, very specific points about what size the label needs to be, how it will be monitored, every aspect of how this bill will roll out and affect both consumers and food producers. From the beginning, when we first started working on this, there was talk of a lawsuit. Other states have experienced lawsuits related to such labeling. Vermont has as well, back in the 90s when we passed the law that would require the labeling of dairy products produced with bovine growth hormone. The biotechnology industry and the large grocery manufacturers were told Vermont right up front that they would sue Vermont to prevent it from implementing a law if the law were to be passed. It was estimated that it could be $1 million to defend it, and if we were to lose, we may have to pick up the costs of the other side. This was a major concern among legislators who are, of course, paying attention to the budget. And there was a major breakthrough in the Senate, particularly Senator Sears and the Judiciary Committee identified funds in the Attorney General's office that can be applied to the defense of this law and its implementation. And another breakthrough that Senator Sears was able to engineer was the creation of something called the Vermont Food Fight Fund. We heard from thousands of people in Vermont and around the country saying that, okay, if Vermont gets sued, we will stand with you, we will help contribute to the defense. And this fund will enable businesses and individuals in Vermont and around the country to contribute to this effort to defend and implement this law. The fund is administered through the governor's office. We would hope and expect that people will seek to help us with this struggle to once and for all establish the legality of these labeling laws. And if we are able to do that successfully, then we would expect progress to be made in other states and also at the national level in Congress. But this question of legality and constitutionality has to be settled. This is where the fight's going to be. and we'll need support at all levels and from all people who are interested in this issue. So a critical milestone has been passed here in Vermont. It's really a testament to the democratic process, really, and the engagement of people in communities from across Vermont. Vermont legislators heard their constituents. They worked conscientiously to develop a strong bill. And now it's our turn to defend it and to implement it. And you can get on the Vermont Right to Know webpage, and there'll be continuing updates, opportunities for people to learn about the issues, opportunities for people to become involved. So thank you very much for all the work that so many people have done, and onward. This is Dave Rogers. Thanks.